cautionary tale of the mysterious pet that shattered a centuries-old curse. Our story begins with a young man named Eli who, much to his surprise, found himself drawn to a peculiar turtle. Let's delve deeper into this captivating narrative. Eli wasn't exactly the type of person who would consider adopting a pet. So when he found himself wandering into a small reptile rescue one ordinary afternoon, he was quite surprised by his own curiosity. It was just a random Tuesday. Eli had nothing better to do, and the pet store wasn't far from where he worked. So he thought, why not? Who knows? Maybe they had some cool plants or decorations he could use in his apartment. But what he saw in the back of the store made him stop in his tracks. It was a turtle, an ordinary-looking turtle with a worn shell and faded green eyes. The kind of turtle, truth be told, that most people would pass by without a second glance. But there was something about its gaze, something in its eyes that seemed to call out to Eli. He walked towards the turtle and noticed a small tag hanging around its neck. It simply read, "Name, Rye, estimated age 312 years. Eli couldn't help but laugh. Was this some kind of joke? He looked around, but the store owner was busy with another customer, so he decided to have a little fun. So, you're saying you've lived for over 300 years, Eli said to the turtle, chuckling. Maybe we knew each other in a past life. The turtle blinked slowly, and Eli couldn't help but notice how calm and serene it seemed. Before he knew it, he was taking the turtle to the counter and asking the store owner about adopting it. The store owner, a kind woman with a gentle smile, didn't seem surprised by Eli's sudden change of heart. "You have a good heart," she said, sensing his genuine concern for the turtle. "And you seem like you can give him the home he deserves." The moment Eli stepped into his home, he placed Rye's tank in the living room, right where the sunlight streamed through the window. Every day after work, Eli would come home and spend hours talking to the turtle, sharing stories about his days, dreams, his fears. And as the weeks went by, something incredible happened. The line between fantasy and reality blurred. Eli started experiencing strange occurrences. For instance, he'd wake up in the morning to find Rye basking in a patch of sunlight on the floor, even though he had closed the tank the night before, or he'd find the turtle perched on his windowsill gazing at the moon, as if it knew something he didn't. Then there were the dreams. Eli began dreaming of strange places, old ships, flickering torches, raging battles, and a woman with long flowing hair calling out to him. The dreams were vivid, almost like memories from a past life. They felt so real that when he woke up, he often struggled to differentiate them from his current reality. One night, Eli awoke to the sound of movement above him. He got out of bed and cautiously climbed the stairs to the attic. There, under the floorboards, he discovered a small leather journal. The attic was filled with boxers and old furniture, but something about this journal drew him in. The name. On the front read, Elias Thorne, 1784. His full name was Elias Thorne. When did he have a journal? Why did it have his name? And why did it feel like he knew the answer but couldn't remember it? He opened the journal and began reading. The handwriting was his, yet it wasn't. The journal chronicled the experiences of a man named Elias, a man who was having visions of a future that wasn't his own, a man who saw a turtle in those visions, a man named Rye. As Eli read further, he realized that the journal entries mirrored his own experiences. The same visions, the same dreams, the same feelings of displacement. The journal spoke of a curse that made its bearer forget who he was each time he lived again, guided by a turtle who was his connection to his past lives. The turtle reminded him of who he was, of his purpose. The journal ended abruptly, leaving Eli with more questions than answers. That night, during a fierce thunderstorm, Eli sat on the floor with Rye by his side. Thunder roared, mimicking the turmoil in Eli's heart. "Who are you?" he asked the turtle, his voice echoing in the silence of his apartment. "What are you trying to tell me?" Rye turned his head, and as Eli leaned closer, he noticed something strange on the underside of his shell, something that had been hidden until now. Carved deep into the surface of the shell were the words, "You promised you'd come back." In that moment, everything became clear. The memories flooded back, rushing in like the tide. He remembered a life from centuries ago, a love he lost, a promise he made, and a curse he accepted. The curse of forgetting, to wander the earth until he was ready to return. Rye had been his guide, his reminder, and now he was ready. The next morning, Eli's neighbors found him sitting quietly on his lawn. Rye was gone. Only his empty shell remained, a testament to the extraordinary bond they shared. But Eli was smiling because for the first time in centuries he remembered, and thus the tale of the mysterious pet that broke a centuries-old curse came to an end. A story of reincarnation, remembrance, and the unwavering bond between a man and his turtle. This has been your host. If you liked our short, please like the video and subscribe for more. Until next time.